Good Thursday morning, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the 2023 NFL Prediction Series. Can you believe we are already to week 14 here? I'm Mason Speski, your host, but wow, this is an interesting time for sure. We only have 5 weeks left of the NFL season, and if you're the Cardinals or the Commanders, you're even more lucky because number one, you're on bye this week, and number two, you only have 4 games left this year. Both those teams don't get me wrong, both those teams are missing the playoffs, but they're probably happy they only have 4 games left this year. Just want to get this year over with. Cardinals, you're one of the rebuilds almost over with. Gannon, Austin Fort, they did a very nice job for sure in Arizona. Looking forward to see what's coming next year for that team. That can easily be this year a 4 or 5 win team. They play at Chicago. They have a game at Chicago Christmas Eve. Seattle at home. I could see them definitely playing spoiler to Seattle at home on Christmas Eve, or the last game of the year. That's for sure. So good things are coming in the desert, likely in 2024. Most likely, though, 2025 is going to be their year in Arizona. Commanders, they're probably going to start a rebuild this year. The GM, the head coach, most likely getting fired in our nation's capital. So unfortunate for them because I like them both a lot. But change has to be made there, I do believe. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that matter. Anyway, let's get right into it here. First off, though, before I begin, I just want to say real quickly, just a quick apology at first. Sorry if my filming next week is a little slow or you guys don't get as much video content as a normal week. Next week is my finals week. It's my first finals week ever as a college student. I'm a freshman, as you probably all know by now, so it's my first ever college finals period. So I'm going to try to be managing that. I'm going to be putting forth a lot of time, obviously, to the studies and stuff. Not as much time to the filming, unfortunately. There may not be a Mondays with Mason video, so I just want to say that there may not be one, but there will be an NFL Week 15 predictions video at some point, but I just don't know when it'll be out, so that's all I wanted to say about that. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say about that. I just wanted to say about finals next week. So yeah, there will be. I'm going to try to do as much filming as possible, but it won't be as a lot. Like, you might get the NFL, you'll definitely get the NFL Week 15 predictions and fantasy advice video, which is this, but not a whole lot other than that. So yeah, that's just what I want to say about that. Now though, moving on, we're going to start off. I just have something quick to announce. I created something new. So typically we do NFL probabilities. I'll read a team, their current record, their projected record, their playoff odds, their division chances, their conference chances, their Super Bowl chances. But this week, I added something new. Back at the beginning of the year, I said I was going to do this. Guess what? I followed through starting this week. For the teams that are out of it, and this is for all teams that are currently outside the playoff picture, we're going to go through what my probability of them earning a top 5 pick in this year's draft is. Now, here's how this is going to work. If you are currently inside of the playoff picture, for example, I'm just going to pick a random team here, Dallas. Dallas is inside the playoff picture. They have a 0% top 5 pick probability. If you are in the playoff picture or currently in a playoff seed, you have a 0% top 5 pick probability. That's just how it works. This is only for teams that are on the outside looking in for the playoffs that I did this for. So I'm going to go through each team. I'm going to do their current record, their projected record, their playoff chances, their division chances, their conference chances, their Super Bowl chances, and their top 5 pick chances. This is going to be a long video, so I'm going to try to go as quick as possible. So sorry if you can't hear me because of my speed. All right, here we go. Miami Dolphins, 9-3 at the moment. 13-4 projected record. 99% playoff probability. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. I'm just looking up at my laptop where all this stuff is. Let me pull it down. 95% division probability. 14% conference probability. 6% Super Bowl probability. 0% top 5 pick. And by the way, too, when I say win the conference, I mean win the conference in advance to the Super Bowl, not win the conference in the regular season. I should have pointed that out much earlier, but that's what I meant. Sorry. Buffalo Bills, 6-6 at the moment. 10-7 projected record. 39% playoff chance. 4% division chance. 4% conference chance. 3% Super Bowl chance. 13% top 5 pick chance. Jets of New York, 4-8 at the moment. 5-12 projected. 1% playoff chance. 1% division chance. 1% conference chance. 1% Super Bowl chance, 38% top 5 pick chance. Patriots are coming to Pittsburgh tonight. 2-10 at the moment, 3-14 projected record, 1% playoff chance, 0% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, but they have a 69% top 5 pick chance. Baltimore Ravens, 9-3, 11-6 projected record, 98% playoff chance, 36% division chance, 20% conference chance, 7% Super Bowl chance, 0% top 5 pick chance. Steelers, 7-5 at the moment, 11-6 projected record, 65% playoff chance, 37% division chance, 7% conference chance, 4% Super Bowl chance, 0% top 5 pick chance. Browns of Cleveland, 7-5 at the moment. I project them to go 11-6. 54% playoff chance, 18% division chance, 4% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, and a 0% top 5 pick chance. Bengals of Cincinnati, they're 6-6 at the moment, 9-8 projected though, 49% playoff chance, 9% division chance, 2% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 18% top 5 pick chance. AFC South, Jacksonville Jaguars, they're 8-4 at the moment. I project them to go 11-6. 80% playoff chance, 65% division chance, 8% conference chance, 6% Super Bowl chance, 0% top 5 pick chance. Colts of Indy, 7-5 at the moment. 8-9 projected record, 56% playoff chance, 9% division chance, 3% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 chance though. Texans of Houston, 7-5 at the moment, 11-6 projected record, 60% playoff chance, 25% division chance, 5% conference chance, 3% Super Bowl chance, and 9% top 5 pick chance. Just keep in mind though here, I'm sorry I forgot to say this with the Cleveland Browns. Just an FYI, remember, Cleveland's top 5 pick is owned by Houston, or Cleveland's 2024 first round draft pick is owned by the Texans because of the Deshaun Watson trade. Houston's first round pick from the 2024 NFL draft is owned by Arizona because of the Will Anderson trade. And Carolina's 2024 first round pick is owned by Chicago because of the Bryce Young trade. So when I say 9% chance Houston has a top 5 pick, that's actually that pick would go to the Arizona Cardinals. Same with Cleveland. They have a 0% chance. That means the Houston Texans would have a 0% chance of that pick going in the top 5. Let me put here in parentheses. I'm actually going to put in parentheses those teams. Once we get down to Carolina, I'll put Chicago in parentheses because Chicago actually owns that pick. Tennessee Titans, 4-8, 6-11 projected record, 1% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 43% chance at a top 5 pick though. And if I don't say another team owns it, that means you own your own, obviously. Your pick. AFC West, Kansas City Chiefs, 8-4, 11-6 projected record, 99% playoff chance, 97% division chance, 25% conference chance, 10% Super Bowl chance, 0% top 5 pick chance. You'll never see them pick in the top 5. Denver Broncos, 6-6 at the moment, 9-8 projected record, 39% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 3% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance, 19% top 5 pick chance. Chargers, 5-7 at the moment. I project them to go 5-12. 14% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, and a 1% Super Bowl chance. 49% top 5 pick chance, though. The Las Vegas Raiders are 5-7. I project them to come back, go 9-8. 4% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 42% chance at top 5 pick. NFC now time. We're on to the East Division. Phillies, 10-2 at the moment. 12-5 projected though, 99% playoff chance, 65% division chance, 25% conference chance, 10% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 pick chance though. Cowboys, 9-3 at the moment, 11-6 projected, 98% playoff chance, 35% division chance, 9% conference chance, 6% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 pick chance in Dallas. Giants, 4-8, 6-11 projected, 12% playoff chance, 0% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 58% chance at the top 5 pick. Commanders, 4-9 at the moment. I project them though to go 5-12. 1% playoff chance, 0% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, and a 70% chance though at a top 5 pick. NFC North now. Detroit Lions. They're 9-3 at the moment. 12-5 projected record, 98% playoff chance, 90% division chance, 10% conference chance, 5% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 pick chance though. Minnesota Vikings, 6-6 at the moment. I project them. Oh no, this is Green Bay. Shoot, I'm sorry. Green Bay. I'm gonna have to change. Green Bay Minnesota Vikings. I project them though. They're 6-6 right now. I project them to go 8-9. I have them right now to 49% playoff chance. So I have to change this. 3% playoff chance for the Vikings. Or 3% division chance for the Vikings, I'm sorry. 1% conference chance for the Vikings. 1% Super Bowl chance for the Vikings. No top 5 pick chance, though, for the Vikings as of now. Sorry, I got them in Green Bay mixed up. Green Bay, they're currently 6-6. Project them to go 10-7. 59% playoff chance, 6% division chance, 3% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 pick chance. Sorry about that, Packers and Vikings fans. Bears of Chicago, they're currently 4-8 at the moment. Project them to go 6-11. 3% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, and they have a 78% chance at a top 5 pick. This is their own pick, though. This is not the Carolina pick. This is their own. Sorry if I was bold there, a little nasty there when I said that. Atlanta Falcons, they're on to the NFC South now. Atlanta Falcons, 6-6 at the moment. I project them to go 10-7, 70% playoff chance, 55% division chance, 5% conference chance, 2% Super Bowl chance, no top 5 pick chance, though. Buccaneers of Tampa, they're 5-7, 5-12 projected, 14% playoff chance, 20% division chance, 1% conference chance, and a 1% Super Bowl chance. However, I think they have a 65% chance at a top 5 pick. New Orleans Saints, I project them they're 5-7 right now. I project them to be 7-10, 28% playoff chance, 35% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 3% top 5 pick chance. And Carolina Panthers, last but not least, well, they are released now, but Carolina Panthers, 1-11 right now. I project them to go 2-15. 0% all around because they're eliminated from everything, playoff contention and all. However, the pick that they own, or the pick that they had, is 90% chance at a top 5 pick. That pick, though, is going to Chicago as a result of the Bryce Young deal. Let me just put that in there, though, 90% chance, but that pick's going to Chicago, so I wanted to take note of that in the computer. NFC West now, San Francisco 49ers, they're currently 9-3, 14-3 projected record, 99% playoff chance, 98% division chance, 39% conference chance, 17% Super Bowl chance, 0% top 5 pick chance. They don't need it. LA Rams, 6-6 at the moment, 9-8 projected record, 60% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 25% top 5 pick chance. Seahawks of Seattle, they're 6-6 at the moment. I project them to go 8-9. 49% playoff chance, 1% division chance, 1% conference chance, 1% Super Bowl chance, 8% top 5 pick chance, though. Cardinals of Arizona, they're 3-10 right now, 4-13 projected, though. 1% playoff chance, no percent division chance, 1% conference chance, and a 1% Super Bowl chance, 79% top 5 pick chance. That's all for probabilities for this week. Now we're on to the games, though. This is the best part of them all, the games. 15 games on the Week 10 or Week 14 slate. It's definitely going to be an interesting week for sure. So without further ado, here we go. First off, we're going to start obviously with New England and Pittsburgh. I'm not going to do a score prediction or probabilities for this one. Tune into my Steelers Game Day pregame show. That should be up any minute. If it's not already up now, it should be. But tune into that one to get my Steelers prediction for the week. But I will do fantasy football starts and sits. To be honest with you, there's not many of them. The only person I'd start from this game is probably Joe and Warren. And both defenses. Joe and Warren, both defenses and special teams. Sit everyone else. Literally everyone else. This game is going to be like a Big Ten West Division football game. If you watched Iowa football this season, like Iowa against Northwestern, or Iowa against any Big Ten team other than Penn State, get ready. Because this is the game it's going to be. 90% of this game is going to be punting. So both punters, you're going to see a lot of them tonight. This is going to be punt. Just a heads up. Maybe even the lowest scoring game of all time. This one will be up there for sure. So yeah. Buccaneers and Falcons now. This will be an interesting one, that is for sure. Tampa Bay needs a win to stay alive in the division for sure. Atlanta needs a win to basically take control of this division. If Carolina finds a way to win this game, and if Carolina finds a way to beat New Orleans on Sunday, And, hang on, I just have to open my iPad to get my scores. And New Orleans loses to Carolina. Then, effectively, Atlanta will be in great shape. I don't think, though, that's going to happen. We'll get to that later, the Carolina game. But one thing I do think is going to happen this week is I predict the Falcons' victory. Give me Atlanta in this one. Final score, Falcons 24, Buccaneers 20. Atlanta I view 61%, Tampa Bay I view a 38% chance of winning. So that's how that goes. Start sits. I would start Bijan Robinson. He does good against good defenses. Start Bijan Robinson. Start Drake London. I think they both have big days. I have both of them in one league. I'm starting them both for sure. Tampa Bay, you got to start Mike Evans. He's amazing. He's a cheat code. Got to start Mike Evans this week. Sits for the week. I would sit probably Chris Godwin, Kyle Pitts, and Rachaad White. Those are my sits for the week. And my notes for this game are not a lot, just typical NFC South game. That's all I want to say. This one could be very low scoring too, but I don't think it will be. I think it gets 40. I think that's an over, so yeah. Colts and the Bengals now. I think this will be a good game for sure. Two backup quarterbacks, but two good teams all around. Great coaching. Shane Steichen, Zach Taylor, two very young offensive minds. This is going to be a good class. It's going to come down to the wire. However, in the end, I think the Colts pull away with this one. Give me the Indianapolis Colts 27, Bengals 21. Indy I view with a 52% chance of winning. Cincy 47% chance of winning. Starts for the week. Start Michael Pittman Jr. I think he's in his prime. I think he could be a league winner if you have him. Start Michael Pittman Jr. Remember this. He is a potential league winner. Just write that down. As we approach playoffs. Start Zach Moss. I think he bounces back this week. That's for sure. I expect another breakout day from Joe Mixon. He's a very good start. Sits for the week. I would not rely a whole lot this week on who's the Colts numbered. Josh Downs, I don't think he's going to get a whole lot of touches. I think Pierce might have a good day, though. Alec Pierce, but I don't think Downs does a whole lot. I don't expect a whole lot this week either from the Bengals defense. I think they don't look good this week, so don't start the Bengals defense. And also don't start under any circumstance. Is he even healthy? I need to make sure he's healthy first before I say this. T. Higgins, if he's healthy, I wouldn't start him under any circumstance. He's not going to have a good week. Just notes. The only notes I have for this one is Pittman Jr. could be a league winner. Expect a big day. Touchdown or two maybe from Pittman Jr. Browns and Jaguars now. Time marches on. We're moving along real quick here. I think this will be a close one for sure. I think it's going to come down to the wire, especially if Trevor Lawrence doesn't play. I hope he does, because I hope Jacksonville wins. However, I don't think Jacksonville is going to win. Cleveland needs this win. This would be a big bounce-back chance for them. I'm taking the Brownies in this one. Give me Cleveland, 2017. Cleveland, I have them at a 50% win probability. Jacksonville, 49% win probability. Starts for this game. Start Travis Etienne Jr., especially if Lawrence does not play. The running backs have gotten the best of this Browns defense as of late, who have really struggled as of late. So start Etienne Jr. Another good start for this week. I think Jerome Ford. I have him in both my leagues, but I'm sitting him because I have a lot of other starts that I think would be better. We'll get to that when we talk about Detroit and Chicago a little bit, some good starts. But start Jerome Ford. I think he'd be a good start this week. Another big start for the week. I expect a huge week from David Njoku. I think he's about due for a breakout game, so start Njoku. Sits for the week. I would sit Calvin Ridley. He's been good, but he's declined. He's too much hit or miss, so sit him. Never sit I would sit Evan Ingram. I don't think he does very good, especially if the backup's in there. He had a big week last week. He's done great as of late, but I think that this week's a dud for him. And a sit for the Browns. I don't know if I'd necessarily start Amari Cooper. I don't know. I'd sit him this week, Cooper. Notes. My notes for this game are this. I'm expecting a huge day from ETN just because we don't know about Lawrence, the uncertainty of him. So hopefully he plays, but if not, I would expect a huge day from ETN. Now on to Houston and the Jets. Yeah, I think this is going to be an easy one. I think Houston, they're the much better team this year. Nobody expected that, but yeah, I think Houston's much better. Give me Houston. Final score, Texans 27, Jets 10. Houston, I have them right now at 96% win probability. Jets, 3% win probability. Starts and sits for this game. A good start for this game. I would start Dameon Pierce. A little more room here. Pierce. Start Devin Singletary. I think both running backs get a good amount of play. Texans defense is a good start. And I'd also start Breece Hall. I think Breece Hall is a nice week this week. He might get a touchdown, so start Breece Hall. Those are my 4 starts. Pierce, Singletary, Texans defense, and Hall. Breece Hall. Sits for this game. I necessarily would not start CJ Stroud this week. Not because I don't... Look, I've been wrong on him every single time. I was wrong on him in the draft. I was wrong on him this season, but I would not start Stroud this week because he's playing the Jets defense. I know Ritter didn't do good against them, but it's Desmond Ritter. I expect Stroud to do twice as good as Ritter did. That's why Atlanta put up 13 points. Tua put up 34 points. I don't know if he's at a Tua level yet, but I think 27 is the perfect place. I think Pierce and Singletary get the run of that this day. Stroud will have a passing touchdown, maybe 2. However, I don't think it's his best of days, so I would sit him if you have a better option. Sit Nico Collins as well. He had a breakout week last week. I don't know. It all depends on how Stroud does, but if Stroud does good, Nico's a great start. If Stroud does poor, Nico's not a good start, but it all comes back to CJ, so yeah. My sits are the game for the Jets. Garrett Wilson. That's my only set for the game. Sit Garrett Wilson. Yeah. Notes, Stroud may not have the best of days. That's my only, key takeaway from that one. Alrighty, on to the LA Rams, Baltimore Ravens game here. This one will definitely be an interesting game. That is for sure. Definitely looking forward to this one. It'll be interesting. It'll come down to the wire, I actually believe. But I think in the end, the Baltimore Ravens are the team that gets the job done this week. I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens in this one. Give me them. Final score, Ravens 27, Rams 21, as I take notes here for fantasy and get ready for the other games. But as I talk to you guys, but yeah, I think the Ravens win this one. I think the Rams, they played good against the Ravens, but this year's Ravens team's just too good for them, although the Rams are hot, so I wouldn't count the Rams out by any means. 57% win probability for the Ravens, 42% for the Rams. So my starts for this week, I think Lamar Jackson's going to have a big week. I really do. I think he's a good start. For the Rams, I think Cooper Kupp's a good start. He's going to bounce back this week. Cooper Kupp, start him. And I would also start for the Rams. You know who else I would start? I'd start Tyler Higbee. I think Stafford goes off this week. I think Stafford has a nice week. I'd start Stafford. Those are 3 good starts this week right there alone. Higbee, Kupp, Matthew Stafford. For the Ravens, I have Jackson, so yeah. Sits for the week. I don't expect a good week at all out of Zay Flowers. I really don't. Sit Zay. Sit Rams defense and Rams running backs. And another sit I would have for this game. Let me try to think of one more. I don't know. Yeah, I can't think of one more, so I'm not going to say. My notes, Cup will have a big day. So I expect a huge day from Cooper Kupp. That's what I'm saying. I'd be afraid to play against him this week, to be honest. Big day incoming. Detroit and Chicago, now this is the one I talk about because I think there's a ton of starts on both teams for this one I would recommend. First off, let's do the score prediction, though. This will definitely be an interesting game, that's for sure. I think it's going to be a lot of offense. I think it's going to come down to the wire. Definitely remember the first meeting. I was actually at the first meeting. It was definitely an interesting one. Good times are coming for both these teams. In the end, though, I think Detroit's going to find a way to just pull this one out. I can't pick against Detroit today. Give me the Detroit Lions in this one. Final score 28-24. Detroit, I have 87% win probability. Chicago, a 12% win probability. Starts and sits now. I'm going to tell you first for the Lions. Start Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery. I think, now that I think about it, Montgomery's going to want to go home. He's going to want to prove something, so start Montgomery. Similar to what James Conner did last week. Also start Sam the Man Laporta. Sam the Man Laporta. He's in my lineups this week. Start Laporta. Start DJ Moore. He's a great start in all leagues. Start him in everything this week. Sits for the week. No, it's a sit. My free sit. Sit Jared Goff. Goff's not going to have a good week this week. I'm warning you. He's in the road. It's Chicago. He struggles on the road. He struggled against them the first time. I expect a pick at the very least from Goff. Going to be a terrible week for him. Sit Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not going to be the bell cow running back here today. Campbell's going to want to get Montgomery involved to make the Bears regret something. Sit Gibbs. I would sit not Justin. Cole Kmet. I don't think this is a big week for Cole Kmet, so sit him. I expect huge weeks from Montgomery and Laporta. Those are my starts of the week. So yeah, I think they're going to both go off. Last game of the 1 o'clock sessions here. We're making great timing here. Time marches on. Let's do a 1 o'clock game. Carolina and New Orleans. Yeah, you guessed it. This one's easy. I'm just going to say real quick. Carolina's trash this year. Everything's trash about them. It's ridiculous. I was going to pick Carolina the whole way, but I changed my mind at the last minute. I'm picking Saints now. Give me the Saints. Final score, Saints 24, Panthers 10. Saints, I have you guys a 97% chance of winning. Carolina, 2% chance of winning for you guys. Starts for the week. Start Derek Carr. I think he absolutely shreds this Panthers secondary. He's a great start this week. Kamara, he's a really good start this week. And one Panther, I think I'm going to go Adam Thielen here. The only one I can name. I think he's a good start. Sits for the week, obviously. And the Saints defense, that's a great start too. Saints defense. Sit Miles Sanders. He's worthless. He's trash. He's done nothing this year. Sit Sanders. I'd actually sit Chris Olave. I don't think he's going to have a big week. I think the ceiling's too high on him, so sit Olave. And also, another sit I would have this week, not for the Panthers, but for the Saints. I don't actually have any. Now that I think about it, I actually don't have any more sits for the Saints, but all I want to say is Carr's going to have a great day. That's my notes. Alrighty, now we're on to 4 o'clock games. Thankfully, we're on to 4 o'clock games. We actually only have 4 of them today, believe it or not. So, yeah. Moving quickly here because I have a couple more videos to film here, so keep an eye out for those. So, yeah. 4 o'clock games now. We're going to start off in Sin City. First off, I want to just say my thoughts and prayers are with all those affected and those who lost their lives yesterday at the mass shooting that occurred at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, otherwise known as UNLV. My thoughts and prayers are with you. It truly was a tragedy that took place there in Las Vegas yesterday. Very unfortunate. This is the time where we all need to come together as a community and mourn those who we lost and just think about and love and respect each other. So that's all I want to say for now. So just love and respect each other. That's all I ask you to do. So yeah. I think this will be a great game for sure. I think Vegas, they're at home. They're obviously playing now. Chip on their shoulder. They're coming off a bye week. They looked good against the Chiefs. I think Vegas wins. I really do. I've said it all along. I think Vegas wins. It's going to be an interesting game, but I have to pick the Raiders. Give me Las Vegas. Final score, Raiders 27, Vikings 24. Raiders, I have a 50% chance of winning. Vikings, 49% chance. Starts. I think Alexander Mattison has a nice week this week. Start him. He might get 10 points, 15 maybe, possibly even 20. Start Madison. I'd also start Josh Jacobs. I think this is going to be a game dominated by the running backs. So start Jacobs. Another big start incoming. Davante Adams. He's obviously a cheat code. Best receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. And Justin Jefferson's my favorite player. I think Adams surely has passed Jefferson at this point. So start Davante Adams. Sits for the week. Sit Josh Dobbs. He's a turnover machine. He's a nightmare. He's going to turn the ball over probably 2 times at the very least in this game. Sit Josh Dobbs. Another sit I would have for this game. Tight end Michael Mayer. I don't expect a whole lot out of Mayer. Sorry about that. Sit Mayer. And who's my other sit going to be? KJ Osborne. I think he's not going to have a big week. I expect Jefferson might be back this week. But sit Osborne. Sit Osborne. Notes. Jacobs, Madison will have big days. I expect a nice day out of both running backs this week. So, yeah. Moving on now. We got Seattle at San Francisco. This will be the most good but not good game of the week. This is a rivalry. Both these teams have talent. Both these teams are going to show their talent, want to show their talent off like toys. But I don't think this will be a good game. I think this is going to be a blowout. And I think San Francisco is its best performance of the season yet. Give me San Francisco in this one. Final score, Niners 49, Seahawks 20. Seattle, or San Francisco, 96% win probability. Seattle, 3% win probability. Starts of the week. I can name them all. Brock Purdy. He'll have 5 touchdowns this week. I'm petrified to play him in fantasy because 5 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey. Deebo Samuel. You get the gist. Any and all 49ers should start. It's going to be a big day for them. One start I would have for Seattle, though, I do think Tyler Lockett has a nice week this week, so start Lockett. Sits for the week. Sit the Seahawks defense. They're going to get like negative 10 points. Sit the Seahawks defense unless you want a nightmare. Sit Geno Smith because he's going to be a nightmare too this week, I think. And sit Cabernet. If you have a 49er, start them. Maybe even start the defense. That's my notes. Start all 49ers. You've got to start 49ers this week. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a big day. 5 touchdowns for Purdy. Free for McCaffrey. And I hurt to say this because I play against Purdy this week. 5 touchdowns for Purdy. Free for McCaffrey. 2 rushing, 1 receiving. 1 to Deebo, or 2 to Deebo. So there's going to be a lot of love. He's going to throw 5 touchdowns. 1 to Ayuk, and another to Kittle. So there's going to be a lot of passing. So big days incoming for all the Niners. So yeah. On now, Buffalo or Denver at the Chargers. I think it's weird that people are actually picking the Chargers to win this game. I think you're a little out there. However, the Chargers might actually win this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers did win this game because they typically beat the Broncos in LA. However, this is a new Broncos team. This Broncos team's led by Sean Payton. Congratulations to him, Sean. You've done an incredible job this year, so yeah. But I think the Broncos win this one. Give me Denver, final score 24-21. Denver, I view at 58% win probability. Chargers, 41% win probability. Starts, I think Russell Wilson goes off this week. I think he exposes that Chargers defense. Big win, big day coming for Russell Wilson. He's going to throw the ball a lot to his new favorite target, Courtland Sutton. Receiving for the Chargers on the other side of this, I like Keenan Allen. Big day incoming for Keenan Allen. Unfortunately, I play against him. So I play against Allen, who's probably going to get 25 points, and Purdy, who's going to probably get 60 points, maybe even 70. So it's going to be a bad week for me, and I'm fighting for my playoff life. So wish me luck. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Knock on wood. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully Purdy doesn't throw 5 touchdowns. I just have a feeling he is. Sit through the week. I would sit Eckler. I think Eckler really struggles this week. Sit Eckler. He's been pathetic this year. Sit Jerry Jeudy. He's another guy I would sit. And I'd sit the Chargers defense. They're coming off a high. I don't expect that to continue. Sit the Chargers defense. Notes. Sutton and Allen will go off. Hurts me to say this, but Sutton and Allen will go off this week. Last game of the week. This is definitely a rivalry game for sure. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. Buffalo at Kansas City. This will be a high offensive game, that's for sure. I can't wait for this one. I think it's going to be interesting. In the end, though, I think we're going to see an upset. I think we will see an upset, and I think the Bills will get the job done. Bills 28, Chiefs 24 is my prediction for this tilt on Sunday. Buffalo, I have you guys, first off, Denver. I never thought I said them. Denver, I have you guys at a 58% win probability. Chargers, I only have you guys at a 41% win probability. Sorry I didn't say that. But for this one, this Buffalo-Kansas City game, Buffalo, you're at a 51% win probability. Kansas City, you're at a 48% win probability. So, yeah. Starts, I would start Josh Allen. I expect a huge week from Allen. He's going to throw all over the place. Start Josh Allen. Start Diggs. I think Diggs goes off this week for sure. Start Rashee Rice. I think Rashee Rice has a big week. And Taylor Swift's going to be at this game most likely. So I'd start Kelsey. Sits of the week. I would sit Gabe Davis. He typically does well in KC, but I think this one will not be his best day. Sit him. Sit Pacheco. I play against Pacheco this week in fantasy, so I gave Purdy and Allen a big boost, so I'm not going to give Pacheco one too. But Pacheco, I don't think he's going to be good this week. In another one, I don't think Kincaid has the best of weeks either. I think Chiefs do good against Kincaid. My notes for this one are Diggs all day. I think he's going to have a huge day. Diggs all day. So yeah, that's all I have for that one. Moving on now, 3 more games. 1 Sunday night, 2 Monday nights. This week's the last Monday night doubleheader of the year. They did one in week 2 and week 3, but they decided to do this one later in the year. That's a little weird, I think. Just do 2 already the year, but last one of the year this week. So, yeah, we'll get to that after this. Philly and Dallas, one of my favorite rivalries, if not my favorite rivalry in the NFL. Eagles at the boys. This will be a great game for sure. I think it'll come down to the wire. However, I definitely expect the Dallas Cowboys to easily, and I mean easily, win this game. Give me Dallas 35-31 in this one. I definitely expect Dallas to win. Dallas, I have you at a 56% win probability. Philly, I have you at a 43% win probability of victory this week. All right, my starts and sits. My starts. Start Devonta Smith. He typically does good against Dallas. Start Smith. Start Goddard. I think he's coming back this week. He's going to have a nice week. And obviously, you want to start Dak and you want to start CeeDee. They're the real deal. Both of them. Prescott and Lamb. Start Dak and start CeeDee Lamb this week. They're going to have big weeks. Sits for the week. I wouldn't start Jalen Hurts. I just wouldn't. I don't think he's going to have a big week down there. I really don't. So I would sit Hurts for possibly someone else. I know you typically always start Hurts, but I just don't think he's going to have a big week. I really don't. Another sit. I don't know about A.J. Brown either. I think Dallas does a good job with covering Brown. I wouldn't necessarily start A.J. Brown this week. Look, I know I'm being a little bit radical here, but sit A.J. Brown because Dallas always does a good job with covering him. So I'd sit him. I'd also sit Tony Pollard. And I think Dallas's defense gets trounced again. So I know it's controversial, but you might want to sit those guys, all four of them. So yeah. My notes. Don't expect a big day from Hurts or Brown. Those are my takeaways. Two more games, both on Monday night. Both should be very interesting, to say the least. We're going to start out. What game is first? I don't even know. Same on me. Same on me. Oh, they're both at the same time. They're both at the same time. Both 8:15 starts. Typically, the first 2 weeks, there was typically a 7:30, a 7:15 one, and an 8:30 start. This week, they're both 8:15, though. One's on ESPN, the other's on ABC. I don't know which one's which. Here, let me check for you guys, because I think it's important that you guys know. ABC will get the Packers, Giants. ESPN will get the Titans and the Dolphins. We're going to do the Packers and the Giants, though, here first. And that means we're going to go right into it. Packers are on a winning streak here. They're looking really good right now. I think they're going to get the dub. I think it's going to be an easy win for Green Bay. Give me the Packers in this one, 24-10. Green Bay, I got you at a 92% chance of winning. Giants, I have you at a 7% chance of winning. So that's what I have to say about that. My starts for the week. Start Packers running backs. I think they're going to have a big week for sure. So start the Packers running backs. Saquon Barkley, I expect a big day on the ground. That is for sure. So start Barkley. And I'd also start the Packers defense. I think they're going to have a nice week too. Sits for the week. There's a couple great sits for this week of NFL action here. I predict a really good sit would be wide receiver Christian Watson. He's coming off a big week. Typically, these guys don't have back-to-back big weeks like Watson, so sit Christian Watson. I'd also sit Musgrave. I don't expect a whole lot of Packers tight ends this week. And I don't have any Giants to recommend sitting. I don't have any. So those are my only two sets. Notes. Packers defense will dominate. That's all I have to say. I picked them up this week. I'm starting them over Cleveland's defense. Hopefully that's a wise decision. All right, last game now. This is an easy one too. To wrap up this video, Titans and the Dolphins. Yeah, this is going to be a blowout. I like the Dolphins in this one 100%. Give me Miami, 34, Titans 10. Miami, 97% chance of victory. Titans, 2% chance of victory this week. Starts for this one, as I close my iPad here. Starts for this one, Tua Tagovailoa, my starting quarterback. He's going to put up 3 touchdowns. Big week expected by Tua. Tyreek Hill must start this week like every week. Definitely start Tyreek. And I actually think Jalen Waddle adds himself in well to the equation this week. Same with D-Hop. I think D-Hop for the DeAndre Hopkins for the Titans does good this week. So start D-Hop. Sits for the week. I don't think Devon Akane will have his best week. I like the guy. He's one of my favorite prospects in the draft, but I don't think Devon Akane does have his best of weeks. So sit him. Sit Titans running backs. Henry if he plays. Spears if Henry doesn't play. So sit him. And sit the tight end from the Titans. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm so sorry. Wait, I know who he is, but let me get his name and let me try to pronounce it. I'm sorry. But I would sit him this week because I don't think he's going to have a big week. Chigoziem Okwanu. That's, I think, how you pronounce it. Chigoziem Okonkwo. And that's my set for the week. Those are my sets. Notes. My notes for this game would be this. Waddle will have a nice week. Tyreek's going to obviously go off, but I think Waddle's going to do better than he does most weeks. So, yeah. All right, let's just go for a couple must starts I would have for this week before I get into my predictions for, or my tie predictions, my games that could end in a tie. I know I do this every week, but we'll go through and do that when we're done with this. Sorry about that. My best starts for the week this week. Patriots, Steelers defenses, they're both going to be good starts. Drake London, Mike Evans, I think will be good starts. Pittman's going to be a nice start. Travis Etienne, I expect him to go off this week. Cooper Kupp, that's a must start. He'll have a big week. Stafford, I think, will have a big week. Same with Montgomery and Laporta. Carr, Madison, and Jacobs will have nice weeks. Purdy, McCaffrey, Samuel, they're going to have big weeks. Cortland Sutton, Keenan Allen, Diggs, CeeDee, Devonta Smith, Packers defense, and Jalen Waddle. Those are my key starts of the week. I think they're both all going to have big weeks. Key sits. Sit these guys for sure. Rachaad White, sit him. Bengals defense, sit them. Evan Ingram, sit. Garrett Wilson, sit. Zay Flowers, sit him. Goff Gibbs, sit him. Olave, sit. KJ Osborne, sit. Smith and Gino and Sabernet, sit. Eckler, I would sit. Isaiah Pacheco and Kincaid, I would probably sit them both. Hurts, probably I would sit him. Christian Watson, I might sit him. Same with Devon Akane, I would probably sit him too. So those are some of my big sits of the week. Now on to the one game I think could end in a tie. Obviously there's a couple, but I think the most likely one that could end in a tie this week, I'm going to throw a little curveball for you all here, and it's going to be the Jaguars and the Browns. That's the most even game of the week. I definitely think the Jaguars-Browns game could 100% end in a tie. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. That's a wrap for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Take care. Stay safe. Pray for Israel. And as always, peace. See you around.